Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am Suchandra De and today we are going to explore a powerful and emotional story, The Address by Marka Minko. Let me ask you something. If you lost everything in life, would getting your belongings back make you feel whole again? This story answers that question in a very deep way. Let's begin. First, let's know about the author. Marga Minko was a Dutch writer known for her works on war and loss, especially related to the Holocaust. A quick thought. Why do you think writers who experience war write such emotional stories? Yes, because they have lived through pain, loss, and survival. Her writing is simple, but the emotions are very strong and real. Now, what is this story about? The address is set after World War II. The narrator goes back to a house where her mother had kept their belongings safe during the war. Imagine trusting someone with your precious things and then returning years later. Will everything be the same? That's where the story takes a powerful turn. Let's understand the story step by step. Before the war, the narrator's mother gives their belongings to Mrs. Dorling for safekeeping. After the war, the narrator visits that address. But what happens? Mrs. Dorling refuses to recognize her. Later, the narrator enters the house through Mrs. Dorling's daughter. And what does she see? Her own family's belongings being used by strangers. At that moment, she realizes something important. She doesn't want those things anymore. She walks away. A question for you. Would you like those belongings back or leave them behind? In this part, we focus on the deeper ideas that the story communicates, its themes. Loss caused by war. The story highlights how war destroys more than just lives. People lose their homes, their belongings, and even their sense of identity. The narrator's experience shows how everything familiar can suddenly disappear, leaving behind emptiness and pain. Next, memory and emotional attachment. The story shows how strongly we connect emotions to objects. Simple things like furniture or even everyday items carry memories of loved ones and past moments. For the narrator, these objects are not just possessions, they are pieces of her past life. Identity and belonging. A key question raised is, where do we truly belong? When the narrator returns, she feels like a stranger in a place that was once her home. This shows how identity is deeply connected to place, memory, and personal history. Moving on from the past, the story also teaches us important life lesson. Holding on to the past can be painful. Sometimes accepting the loss and moving forward is the only way to heal. The narrator realizes that she cannot reclaim what is gone. Which theme do you feel is the most powerful? So, what lesson do we learn? Material things are not as important as memories. War destroys human lives and relationships. Letting go can bring peace. Human life is more valuable than objects. This story quietly teaches us healing is more important than holding on. In this part of the lesson, we explore how the writer uses different literary techniques to make the story more powerful and emotional. Symbolism. Objects in the story are not just ordinary things, they represent deeper meanings. For example, furniture and personal belongings symbolize the narrator's lost past, identity, and memories. These objects remind her of a life that no longer exists. Imagery. The author uses descriptive language to help us see everything clearly. We can almost visualize the rooms, the items, and the settings. This makes the experience more real and helps us connect emotionally with the narrator. Irony. There is a strong sense of irony in the story. The narrator finds her own belongings being used by strangers. Something that once belonged to her now feels alien. This creates a painful contrast between ownership and loss. Contrast. The story beautifully contrasts two timelines: a warm, loving past filled with memories, a cold, harsh present filled with emptiness. This contrast deepens the emotional impact of the story. A quick question for you to answer in the comment section. Which literary device made the story more emotional for you? Now let's understand how the story is told. Simple and clear language. The author uses very easy and straightforward language. There are no complicated words, which makes the story as accessible to all readers. Calm but emotional tone. Even though the narrator is expressing deep pain, the tone remains calm and controlled. This subtle expression actually makes the emotions feel more genuine and powerful. Slow unfolding of memories. The story doesn't rush. Memories are revealed gradually, almost like layers being uncovered. This keeps the reader engaged and builds emotional depth step by step. Overall effect, it feels as if the narrator is quietly sitting with us, sharing her painful memories. This personal and intimate storytelling style creates a strong emotional connection with the reader. Let's go deeper. This story shows the psychological impact of war. Mrs. Darling represents selfishness during difficult times. The narrator, however, shows dignity and strength. The most powerful moment when she chooses to walk away because she understands object cannot bring back the past. So what is the final message? Memories live in the heart, not in objects. The narrator chooses peace over possession. Let me ask you one last question. What would you choose? Memories or material things? Yes, because sometimes letting go is the real healing. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to share, like and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, would you have taken the belongings or left them behind? I would love to hear your thoughts. This is Suchandra Day signing off. See you in the next video.